Greetings, my fellow free below sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to LO3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the wild and wonderful Mountain State, and today's date is Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. Looks like everyone's did their taxes and all that, but some may be doing extensions, others might take care of it later. This is one of those things that does happen. But, what's been going on as usual, the same rhetoric, gun control, vaccinations, we gotta get vaccinated or may pay the price. I was like watching this video that was posted on the Post Millennial pertaining to Joe Biden, you gotta get vaccinated. And of course people are getting blood clots and numbness and so forth. Hey, look what happened to Eric Clapton, right? The legendary guitarist. If you wanna get high, if you wanna get down to the ground, COVID, bum, 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 bum. Yeah, COVID vaccine, right? Oh yeah. Saying and like a lot of the schools around the United States, districts, even in Broward County, they're trying to. There's a lot of parents are going out there ending the mask mandate madness, and which I agree is a form of involuntary servitude. It's been proven time and time again when you have these children wearing these diapers, Sharia law light methods, it does affect their respiratory system. And even with the Broward commissioners as well, they all believe they're lawyers. They know everything, or smarter than everybody else. And hey, it's just totally ludicrous. And I just scratch my head every time. Well, the truth of the matter is, folks, they need us more. We need them. That's how you have to look at it. Don't be a peasant. Don't go, government, please get rid of this. Call them out on their bluff. Remember, notification is a natural remedy. Man, so it's a beautiful day here in West Virginia. Just lounging out a little bit, checking on my phone calls. People try to call me and make sure I just get back with them. But it's all well and good working on the property, and it's work coming out good. Got another building. So, I am very pleased. All right, well, we're going to talk about here by Bob Livingston called Two Economies. And folks got to really look at the scenario of this. That you got statism, and open free market capitalism, right? Statism and so forth. So, state capitalism, whatever you want to call it. But it's very, distraught indeed. So, we'll check it out here from BobLivingstonLetterer.com. And it says here, the Federal Reserve and most Americans do not realize we have a parallel economies in the United States. There's the financial economy, which I might also call the fantasy economy. Then there's the real economy that has a direct effect on daily life for you and me. The financial economy, represented by the Fed, the banks, and the stock market, does not reflect the real-world valuations. That is, true intrinsic worth. It is instead a house of cards where the value of an asset is determined by clicks of a mouse on a computer, not in the reality of producing something useful and valuable. It was created by the Federal Reserve to avoid deflation, with the unfortunate consequence of creating constant flow of bubbles in asset markets. To critics who warn that pumping trillions of dollars into the economy in a short period is bound to drive up inflation, today's central bankers point to stagnant consumer prices and say, look, ma, no inflation. But this ignores the fact that when money is normally free, strange things happen. And today, record low rates are fueling an unprecedented bout of inflation across asset prices, wrote Rachur Sharma, head of emerging markets and global Marco at Morgan Stanley Investment Management. Further, consumer prices aren't stagnant. To go buy a sheet of plywood from your local home improvement store, it'll cost you 3 times what it did a few months ago. And that's a fact. Inflation itself is not so painful if your income is keeping pace. But for most American workers, producers, it's not. It's not. That's what stagflation is all about. Rising prices and stagnant wages. Stagflation is coming. A retreat in the share of prices of stocks will inevitably happen. No one can say how or long it will last. And remember, when the stock begins to perform poorly, while the Dow, think Kodak, the financial engineers behind the stock exchanges, simply toss it out for a better performing one, and the Dow continues to rise, even a 50% crash wouldn't last. The market makers wouldn't allow it. However, there is evidence that we may have the encroaching squeeze of stagflation ahead. Therefore, you should prepare for it now by getting your financial house in order. Here are some of the things you should be doing to get ready. Investments. Realign your stock portfolio to favor consumer staple, utility, and healthcare stocks. Even in hard times, there are some things people have to have. Stocks in these sectors also tend to pay higher dividends, which help offset inflation. Gold has traditionally been an effective inflation hedge, and rental properties can be profitable because you can raise rents as inflation climbs. Bonds are iffy, and savings accounts are worse investments in a stagflation scenario. Home. If you're renting, this might be one of the only times you want to lock in debt. If you can't find a home to buy, prices are rising, but interest rates are exceedingly low. Be sure to get a fixed rate mortgage that it will not go up if interest rates climb. Transportation. Buy. Don't lease a car, but insist on a fixed rate auto loan or pay cash. As inflation heats up, lease rates will climb. Keep the car for at least 6 years or more and skip the rising cost of new cars. Debt. Pay off all credit cards as soon as you can and keep them at zero balance each month to avoid rising interest charged by the banksters. The rates on credit cards will go astronomical as the virus case-demic pushes people away from cash and over to using cards exclusively. This makes a lot of sense. There are more than enough reasons to take personal measures to retain a certain level of freedom in your financial affairs by converting a portion of your wealth into non-paper assets like gold and silver bullion coins, and bars, jewelry, precious gems, art, and antiques or other hard assets. Of these, gold, silver, bullion requires the least amount of specialized knowledge. Of course, you will have to provide storage and security for these hard asset valuables. You may want to consider offshore non-bank storage to get your goods as far from U.S. government hands and is legally permissible, both to protect privacy and to protect seizures or even confiscation. Be sure to abide by all U.S. and international laws when considering offshore storage for your valuables. Bob Business Works in no way advocates illegal activities. You also want to do due diligence on the integrity of the storage institution you choose and the political stability of the country where they operate. So, people are talking about possible economic collapse and inflation, shortages, etc. Keep everything to a minimal as possible. That's what he's saying. And if you got your debts, minimize them. Try to terminate them the best of your ability. Because we all have different lifestyles. And that's true. So I'm not going to tell people, your family of 5, tell you how to raise your kids because that would be absurd. But the truth of the matter is, you want to make sure on what's fit on your living needs. Okay, you don't want to get too big, too fancy, materialistic, etc. But even if you have kids, hey, parents are the teachers. Educate your kids on these things. It's very cool when you teach them preparedness, survival, and so forth, because those skills will be vital if anything happens, if the crap hits the fan, Lord forbid. That's why, like, I'm a landowner and I'm very pleased about it. So I have hard assets and I can do a lot over here. And of course, even neighbors need to stick together regardless. Even the ones you may have your disagreements with. Honor one another. Don't play, I'm not going to prep, but I'm going to get my neighbor's assets. Yeah, to me, that's inhumane. Of course, you're going to expect individuals like that. If you have to use force when necessary, so be it. I just really, like I said, personally, myself, my colleague, we've been very blessed. We didn't have anything 20 years ago. Now we got something. And I'm not here to toot my horn saying I'm better than everybody else. Everything we have are very basic. I like nice things too. But the whole thing is, I don't own a dime on this particular asset. And that's what everyone should be doing. Keep it simple. Don't go overabundant. Don't be a big-time hoarder. Like, grab some stuff here, stuff there, get bulk, but don't go ape. And if you have neighbors that are mechanically inclined, network with them, because we all got fantastic gifts. That person may not know what you do, and vice versa. It's a team effort. Be neighborly. So, it's an interesting time to be alive. That's what the one world order wants to do, is consolidate all that wealth and power. Not redistribution. That's using people. That's a bribe. Don't fall for that trap. It happened in places like Cuba and Venezuela, just for a couple of examples. But it's everywhere. Don't fall for it. Go by human nature, your basic natural rights of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Yes, it will be a rough ride. I'm expecting it. People are all going to be pointing fingers. But if you haven't studied civics, just take a look in the mirror, or even economics. A lot bigger than what it is. So these are good suggestions, and there's great information out there. I encourage all my listeners to check it out, which a lot of them do. And that will be it. I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share us throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, or something that's interesting, check out whatever you do, please send your correspondence to Decorum. Furthermore, I'll leave the footnote of this article on my speaker page. And if you want to contact me, you can go to LokiLuckNumbers03 at protonmail.com. Donations, you can get me at paypal.me or cash.app/LokiLuckNumber3. If you want to send your support to the Bob Livingston crew, that would be awesome as well. All right, once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves, keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.